How long you been in here? Y'all are messy as fuck.
You and your friends will do anything just, to please the people and get a little laughter, huh?
Y'all are messy. Shabbat.
Yes, because nobody wants
Body swing my way. It sure looks good to me. Would you please swing my way? Body swing my way.
Swing it over. Add her to the song with a little touch. Just a little touch. I just went and got them by just a little touch.
Just a little touch of vibe. I was being messy. T-Time was clearing the shit up over there. T-Time was being very mature. Like, she was like, I don't believe this shit. And even if they was, what you mean? Shit, a friend can't, what if it's a friend? You feel me? She being on the grown shit. Me over here, baby, I'm going with the narrative because fuck Nitra and FOE. Baby, Siobhan was sneaking out that motherfucking room. Shut up. Siobhan was sneaking out that motherfucking room at 2 a.m. according to Sweet T99. Y'all know Sweet T. Hold on, Siobhan, let me do this. And let me whisper so you can hear me.
Hold on, wait a minute. So are you saying...
I got it, Siobhan. Hold on, give me a second. Child, y'all know Sweet T99 said...
out there?
They're not verified.
What? What, Siobhan? What? I gotta tell them.
No fucking wait.
I said what?
So Sweet 99 put this rumor out there?
Yes, girl, if you would let me whisper.
You hear it in my song?
Yes, she did. Nope, T. Nope. And nope, Siobhan. Yes, she put that out there on you, girl. Let me tell the people to T while there's 970 people in here.
What's in the song?
No, Sweet T99 told people, y'all, do y'all remember this, yes or no? Do y'all remember when Sweet T99 said, I caught people coming out of motherfuckers' room, and if you step out of line, I'm gonna put it out there. Before I go further, did y'all hear her say that? Yes or no?
She always say she can't see nothing.
And then also, motherfucker said, because I fuck with motherfuckers. Motherfuckers was like, you feel me? Nitra was not fucking with that. Even though I don't like Nitra, big bobblehead ass right now, she was not fucking with that. She said, bitch, you trying to expose some shit on my trips and shit, then like, you won't be going on another one. But also, then come to find out, the motherfucker who was sneaking out the room was Siobhan. Siobhan was sneaking out of motherfucking Duffy and Glam room. In parentheses, y'all, Siobhan already said she never came to the room on the cruise, y'all. So this is just for the people who's messy. Like, Siobhan already told us and cleared it up. She never went into the room. But this is just because I don't like Nitra and them right now. So, yeah, tell everybody.
So your friend under the bus.
Huh? No, I said, I just cleared it up for you. But don't clear it up for the married couple. They can clear it up themselves. Siobhan's out of it. Siobhan said she never went to the room. But the rumor is... Clock in. You sleepy?
I'm so tired. I'm sick.
Why you sick? I know a couple of us that's sick from the cruise.
Girl, please. Y'all so messy. T-Time, you messy too.
She's so I cannot breathe. T-Time is a good mess, we be chilling.
Locked in the other night on that damn blog.
Sobe, why you? Okay, Sobe want to play. Sobe down there laughing. Sobe want me to say something to him. Everybody mute up.
Sobe said it was Butter Guns. That's the one who...
Thank you, T. I'm there with you. So, child.
Sobe, this not T-Time. This somebody else. They took my page. AI got it.
Let me eat my
child. So y'all know that Blaze owes somebody some money, right? So y'all heard that about Sobe. Sobe came live the other day. He mad as fuck at Blaze because he owes Sobe's friend $2,000. So Sobe confirmed that it was $2,000 that is owed, and he also confirmed that the friend is Butter Guns. So Blaze owes Butter Guns $2,000. I said, did he let the person borrow it, or did the person give it to him? He's like, it was a loan. Like, he said he was gonna give it back. So I was like, okay.
Every day.
Exactly. So, and then Butter Guns don't care, but Sobe does. So just so y'all know, Blaze owes Butter Guns $2,000. And she's still a mod in his space. She still dances. And Sobe said that she don't really care, but he does. So he's saying something about it. But also, he did say it's not Butter Guns.
Oh, you so messy. You would turn a fucking narrative. Because if the man told you it wasn't butter, why is you up here telling us that it is?
I'm telling what the people are saying. Child, what talk are we on? Anybody? So that's the moral of the story.
And let me tell you what other people said. They said the reason why you be fighting for little touch like that is you want her.
A car drove by, girl. We can't hear you.
Let me finish. And she came on live and told us she wants you.
Little touch, she do want me, and she said it. I heard that with my own earlobes.
But Blaze, Sobe said, bitch better have my money. That shit tell me well enough. Bitch better have my money. So what happened? Why did Braid? Yeah, I think that Braid is doing that one thing with the one thing to the two thing to the old thing to the no thing. That's what Braid is doing.
Me personally, I don't give a damn. I'm on don't give a damn mode. I'm about to take one more clank, my law. And then we about to go to fuck yeah. If it is these braids.
Braid, Mysteries Texas is on Susu's panel.
Ooh, cut it up.
Meaning that she was a minor.
Hey, Braid, you think about make that boyfriend fake boyfriend picture? He'll give me that 10 billion.
Kevin, so they gonna do a no bill.
Oh shit, no.
That's another possibility. It specifically states in that one paragraph that a no bill is not a guilty plea, it's not an innocent plea, and it's not an acquittal.
So let me ask you this. So you heard Kiana read everything. I want to say you guys said it was for the first time. For me, it's hard for me to even understand that y'all are hearing this for the first time, because even me being cool with somebody, if I hear that there's accusations going around about a court case involving an underage person, I'm going to go look that person up. I don't care if they're my best friend or not. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're my dog or not. I've got to see what I'm dealing with as a parent, right?
Absolutely.
Right? So for me, y'all said that this is your first time. I guess I will give y'all this as men. Bad judgment call on y'all's part. I will give y'all that.
Let me paint the picture to you like this. So you got to think about this. I don't live at that time and place. I'm probably more on TikTok in the last 30 days than I've been on TikTok in the last 2.5 years.
Braid, Tea Time wants to say something to you real quick.
Well, somebody has said, a little birdie has said that when they had talked to Kev, and this allegedly when Kev was spoken to on the back end, Kevin said that it wasn't him, it was his son, and then come to find out it really was him.
Bring it back up. Come back.
Braid.
Vaughn.
Headline too.
These motherfuckers, I'm so over them. I wish they were younger.
I don't know what's going on. I'm about to go to bed. It's not.
Somebody told me that, y'all. I don't know if it's true. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to be on another cartoon.
I just didn't want to smell. I just didn't want to smell.
What did you just say?
Hey, Rizzy.
Hey, T. It's
Love you. Damn, he ain't got nowhere.
Huh?
He got 4 days left.
He does not have 4 days left. He is leaving in the morning. And this nigga needs to leave. This ain't a resort.
4 days left on your head.
This motherfucker pulled out this motherfucker. No, it's just at the top. We at the top. She got 3 rows left. This motherfucker pulled these motherfucking micro braids out her head. She had 18 pounds of motherfucking hair on her head. Respectfully. Baby, she's not lacking any fucking hair, I can tell you that.
Oh my god. You smell like weed.
You smell like weed. My hair, I only got like 10 braids in me.
I told Calvin you went to go smoke weed.
Well, you don't need to be telling people.
Well, I didn't tell Cal. I said he went to go smoke.
Girl, you federal.
No,
like
he said, "Where did your?" He's like, "Where?" He said, "Where did your hairdresser go?" I said, "He went to go smoke," and he knows what that means.
Good.
You smoking at the rehab?
He is.
These bitches don't smoke.
You gonna make these motherfuckers relapse?
oh, hush.
Look at that.
Who is that? Is that a drone?
That's one of the motherfuckers trying to find you so they can relapse, nigga. You in trouble. Yeah, your ass. They finna climb over that balcony. They finna get you.
Okay, y'all. Somebody needs help, and it's not me. It's T.
They finna come up like sinners.
talking about? Just let me in. Can I come in?
Can't be cool until he stopped calling women B's, and they just. The thing is, I walked away from Rick and Kev. Rick didn't get mad at me. Rick didn't get upset when I said, "Hey, I can't come to y'all lives no more, Rick. You and Kev lives no more because Kev calling women B's and H's and hearing your live." I said, "I got it." I said, "There's a woman on TikTok right now that." She has a broker firm. I do business with her. She comes in Rick's lives or whatever. I'm like, man, I do business with like 2 or 3 women on your page. I said, I just can't, bro. Y'all, these B's and H's, and I'm laughing and skinning and grinning with y'all in y'all pages. I said, plus I got 4 sisters and a mother, bro, and I don't like that, bro. There's no reason for all that. So I said, I gotta walk away from this. I didn't tell Rick to walk away from it. So for 2 months, I wasn't even on TikTok at all because I wasn't going back to Kel's page. I wasn't going to Rick's page. I didn't deal with either one of them. Rick didn't get mad. Me and Rick could talk on the back end. He'll be like, hey, everything good with you? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm just checking in on you, seeing how your mental is, bro. I said, I'm straight, man. I said, I'm good. I was like, I hope everything going good. I said, but man, you gotta. And he was like, well, man, I be sleeping. Seen it. I said, I'm just letting you know, you ain't gotta take my word for it. I seen him say, I've been seeing him. I've been. So I was like, hey, well, I ain't telling you what to do, bro, but keep your eyes open. I see it. I was like, and then Rick called me again and said that people was getting on his ass about it. And I'm like, bro, you got to take that for what it is. But for 2 months, Susu, I wasn't dealing with him or Rick. And so that's why I tell people that if I would walk away from them for that B and H, what make you think I'm going to hang around if I knew about these charges? If I knew that this was going on, why would I wouldn't be okay with the B's and H's, but I'd be okay with him allegations of him touching a child. It don't make sense. I didn't know anything about it.
You know, I'll give you that, but I don't know if I can give that to Rick the Ruler because that was brought to his platform. And he chose not to hear it. And he chose not to listen to it. Although I am disappointed that you just thought it was just some disgruntled females. It don't really be like that. I'll be honest with you. I have a husband. I have 2 brothers. I have a multitude of men in my life. And I've been in the system myself. I've been incarcerated myself. I don't play like that. I don't put papers on people. That's just not something that I do. When it came to KevDaComic, he denied it. He actually said it was his son. And then the birthday came out, December, whatever, and then his year. The reason why it was undeniable is because the Players Ball happened on his birthday weekend, correct? We knew his birthday was in December. There's no denying that it's you. So he had to come out with a story. You know what I mean? He had to tell a story. I feel that you guys were duped. There are no other men. If there were other men, then in the incident report, there would have been a mention of other men. Does that make sense? So, no, this was a sole act allegedly done by him. And none of the men around at the time took it seriously. I will say this. Messy Talk is a place where shit comes and goes. And people are okay with a lot of shit around here. So I ain't mad at nobody. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is, correct? But what I will say is the outrage of it now is what's so interesting to me, because I'm like, this shit been out here since the beginning of the year. So aside from that, like, that's what I was most curious about, was just where the hell did this story of these 2 men come from? That was the part that I was just blew the hell back. I was like, ain't no mention of no men. Not in the documents I read, not in the documents that were picked up from the county that you actually have to go in person to the clerk and print off. There was no mention of another man. You know what I mean? So in the end, I mean, regardless, whatever that man does is not a stain on you. That's that you were just being a genuine person, or whatever the case may be. But I'm just like, I'm floored. I'm just trying to keep up. What's up, Bryson?
Hold on, sister, before you get too far. You talking about ain't no stain on him. This big boy above me, he knew. If I knew, he knew. You knew. They knew. They heard the story before.
Get him, Bryson.
Whether it's true or not, you heard it before. Now don't sit your big Oopa Loopa ass up here act like you don't know what the hell going on now.
Be nice, Bryson. We could talk like me.
Braid, why don't you just
really gotta call him all that stuff?
Because he's sitting up here acting like, oh, Susu,
no one
going on a world tour. Like you some innocent victim. And I done caught you in about 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 laws. So what I'm asking you, Susu, when I came up here, you better act like you that fucking bootleg investigator you was on my cases. You better motherfucking act like you doing.
How did you did my investigative work on Kev? What would you?
I ain't had no goddamn kid.
But I did my investigative work. You didn't hear what Mr. East Texas said? I was apparently supposed to be sued for defamation.
I did my part.
I was supposed to be sued for defamation. You didn't hear that I was on a
Man, everybody talking about they suing everybody on here. Ain't nobody suing nobody for no defamation.
Okay, well, that's what was said. Can't nobody sue me because it's him. Because I also read his birthday out loud. First, middle, last name, and his birthday. So, everything you asking me to do, I already done did. You want me to send you the old...
I'm talking about investigate. Letting this nigga slide by with the yes ma'am, no ma'am shit. Hell nah, nigga. You knew, boy.
Okay, you want to say to what he said, Mr. East Texas? Don't. Okay, 1 second, Bryson. He feels as though you may have knew, and
one more motherfucker,
or that you did know, not may, or that you did know about what was going on and you didn't care.
I knew what though. What I want to say
about the allegations, about the
allegations
case.
The allegations. You heard Kiana was loud and clear, Mr. Texas. She was loud and clear, screaming into the top of her fucking lungs.
Susu, didn't I say I knew that he told us about it? Didn't I say I knew?
Yes, he said he admitted to him, but he said that it was 2 other men. He snitched on the 2 other men. It's all lies, and he just never looked into it. But
who said about the 2 other men, Susu?
Kev told Mr. East Texas. And
well, Mr. East Texas didn't tell us that yesterday. That's what I'm telling you. Is more and more information come out from Big Mouth, Blubbermouth, Flubber.
That's not what happened.
That's why I asked him today, because he said...
That's why I asked him. The day before I listened to this man on live, I was in Rick's live and I heard the man didn't say shit. He said, I ain't know. I ain't on TikTok like that. Only thing I heard is he said that I got some allegations on me. He ain't going into detail with the allegations. Boom, 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 blah, 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 bang, bang. That's it. That's all he said. Now we hearing about 2 men. I wonder who the 2 men is.
There is no 2 men, because I read the document. That's what I'm saying. I read the document, so Kev lied to them and said there were 2 other men involved, and the reason why he got a no bill was because he snitched on the 2 other men. So apparently the prosecution gave him a no bill in exchange for his testimony.
I'm gonna let you have this, Susu, but
I was in Rick's live yesterday. That's not how that happened.
I'm on the same thing that you're on.
I was in Rick's live. They just started people was literally. Give me a second.
The reason why I got something to say about it.
People was literally guessing and saying what a no bill means. Duffy was up there trying to say it was the same thing as something else. Another girl came up talking about she's worked in the court systems, so a no bill is not the same thing as whatever the hell Duffy was trying to say. Kev never told them that. They was on that live yesterday just saying stuff and what it meant and what they was assuming that it means, and was trying to put the pieces together, or whatever day they played that shit on Rick Live. That's how that shit happened. So it wasn't that Kev told East Texas that. It was when they played that, they was putting all the pieces together. They was like, okay, boom, they said 2 dudes. Oh, did they say 14, 15? Oh, it says no bill. That means this. It can be tried again. That's how that shit went down. Cut it up. Cut it up, not too much.
Oh, ma'am, shit. Because I'll tell you, I locked my own brother up. You a perp. You're doing Pt.2 around here. Then you turn your head the other damn way until you start talking about you sucking hot dogs and sausages. Now, let's go on the campaign. What about the campaign before? I don't give a fuck about nobody talking about no children. But when they talk about it, I don't give a fuck if we cool. Nigga, you're wrong. Ho, you wrong. Right then and right fucking there. I don't got no beef with nobody on this app. But right is right and wrong is wrong. Stop pretending. Get off your world fucking tour. Stand up and say, I supported him because he's my motherfucking friend. He was my motherfucking friend. And I didn't believe y'all. That is better. Talking about your ass fucking East Texans. Back in my heydays, they pistol whoop motherfuckers like you. I'ma go, Susu. You better get this nigga the same treatment that you gave for my petty shit. I'm tired of this shit.
You wasn't around when you must have been gone or something. I don't know where you was after Jake when I was on Kev's behind. Sorry.
Anyway, what month are we in? We're in the 7th month of July. So if I wanted to bring, if I knew about all the shit that Kev done said, if I knew that, this Kiana thing, I would have brought that shit up a long time ago and been like, all right, Omar, the reason that Rick even knew about the video is because Omar and Kev, I guess, got into it the other day or the other week. Omar started reading those charges in his live and started talking about them. And Rick went up into the live and Rick said, what the hell are you talking about? That's how it all started. That's how everything started. Omar started reading those charges. And when he started reading it, somebody asked Rick in the comments, you ain't heard the charges that Kiana read? And he's like, no. This all happened the other day. So somebody in the comments sent Rick that Kiana video. Mm-hmm. And that's when Rick went live, told me to come to his live. He wanted me to hear something. So I went to his live, and that's when he read the charges out. It ain't got nothing to do about what Kev says. Like I said, I'm not on TikTok. I know it's hard for people to believe because people are on TikTok this much. I'm not. And speaking of this world too, I don't go to anybody's live. Somebody might call me to their lives and want to ask me something.
People out over here. Don't worry.
Yeah. And I'll be like, what's going on? And people want to ask because they're trying to ask me, I don't mind answering the question. Why didn't you do anything when you knew? I was like, well, what I knew was my friend told me that the shit wasn't true. Okay, if it ain't true, then it ain't true. That's what he told me. I didn't see no evidence. I didn't see no paperwork. Did nobody send me no video? People didn't even know me. So nobody sent me no videos. Nobody sent me Kiana's videos. Nobody sent me no paperwork. Kev said it wasn't true. I didn't know y'all.
They said in the comments, I have a clip from January. East was on Kev's panel discussing this.
Tell them to show what's the name where they was discussing that he was messing with kids. It was about his son. I might have been on the panel when they was talking about him abusing his son, but Kev ain't never discussed on his panel ever about him messing with children.
You want to play the clip for us?
Yeah, play that clip. I ain't never sat on Kev's panel with him talking about them reading charges and me hearing charges about him messing with kids.
Do you want to direct me where to find it?
They got you, man.
For your heart means because Miss East Texas is saying that never happened.
Yeah, so tell them to play that clip. Yeah, I would love to see that. You ain't gonna see me in no live where Kev has ever talked about somebody accusing him of messing with a child, and that they was reading out the information. That ain't never happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Like my moderator Rosie said, yes, he did because he denied it was him at first, then later said it was a no bill. It's true. In the beginning, he said it was his son. Then the birthday came out. Then he said that it was him, but it was a no bill. He was never charged. Hey, hold on.
Yeah, she said she going to Kev's lives to play it. That's what she just said. Yeah.
So are you KevDaComic or one of his moderators or something?
Yeah.
Because you're weird too, because what are you defending? Like, what are you defending? They got you. What is it that you're defending? Are you trying to prove him to be wrong? Like, but you're defending Kev, the person who did it? I don't know. That's weird. But it don't matter if they're fake or not. There's still a person behind there typing, and I want to understand if you're a woman, what is it that you're defending? Because the man that you're defending is the man that actually did the perpetrating. So going up against Mr. East Texas, even if he's lying, what does that do for you in your spirit? In your heart? What's that doing for you? When you know the person that you're coming over here and defending and you're behind a fake page for was accused of that. So there needs to be a conviction in order for someone to be a chomo. There needs to be a conviction for someone needs to go behind bars for them to have done something to a child. Is that what you're telling me? Is that your logic? Do you even know this man from a can of paint? Other than what you see on the screen?
That's what Nitra needed on her side to go after
that a child under the age of 14 would lie on an adult? Are you saying that the child that's under the age of 14 would lie on an adult and make an elaborate story like that? Is that what you're saying?
Susu's not in the mood today.
I can believe my son, if he has anything to do with being accused of anything like this, I won't be sympathizing for him. I don't care if you're my son, you're my father, you're my brother, you're my husband. I don't care what proximity you have to me as a man. I will never sympathize, ever. That don't mean nothing. Bringing up a son. First of all, I'm not a mother to a son. I'm a mother to 2 daughters. But
it's a girl.
Yeah, it's weird. Go ahead, Mr. East Texas.
No, it's just funny that I can play the pretend game with them one time. So let's pretend. Because I know you don't have a video of me sitting alive where Kel's talking about these charges and reading down. That you're not going to find that. That never happened. And I'll stand on that. That never happened. Second of all, let's pretend, though, that I just told me Kiana sent me the charges and I read them and I still hung out with Kev. The question, though, all of you that are saying that, I see y'all still in Kev's lives. Y'all know about the charges. So what is the difference here? Y'all know about the charges and y'all say y'all been knowing this long. Why are y'all still talking to him?
Y'all gonna tell Susu congratulations.
Them, sending them gifts. Like what y'all saying just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Like you're trying to make it seem like me and Rick are such these bad people for supporting Kev, and we supposedly knew, but we see that y'all know, but y'all still go over there, support them, laugh at them. So I don't understand what what's the end game. But again, I would not stop hanging out with a dude calling women bees and natures, but still hang out with him for messing with kids. It's just y'all. The math is not mathing, and I could prove to y'all how this goes. So Susu, Kev, somebody in Kev, one of his people just came. They said that my wife divorced me because she found out I was messing with a man. Right? Kev said he had the proof. I told Kev I'll pay him $5,000, $10,000 if he could show that proof. I'll put that on everything I love. I'll send it to somebody who's a mutual partner, and they can send it to him if he got that proof. He don't got any of that. But the key thing is, he said my wife divorced me because she found out that I was sleeping about. I can prove how this is a lie just easily. If anybody's ever went through a divorce, the person that filed the divorce is called what? The petitioner, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. You're the respondent, I believe.
All right. So my wife divorced me, Susu. This is Kev's lie. So I want you to read something, Susu, and you tell me who filed for divorce. So I think is this. Make sure this.
That means. If we could touch the live goal, I would appreciate it while he pulls this up. If we could touch the live goal.
File a divorce decree, Susu. If you can make it, you see that
petitioner. Yeah, you're the petitioner.
So how does she file for divorce? And it says I'm the petitioner. I divorced her.
Yeah, and this is the final decree, so it's not like you both filed at the same time. This is on the final.
Don't worry, we got the screenshot.
Y'all having a girl. Y'all done leaked my own damn gender. Go ahead.
We going around lying.
Y'all she didn't want to do that.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's why I tell people all the time, y'all will believe a lie with no proof. This is why people are so simple and we're like we are, because y'all will sit here and believe a lie when the truth is right in front of you.
Take it down. I don't want them to reach out to her.
This is not in the mood.
Thank you, T-Baby. Yeah, y'all done made me leak my damn gender.
My friend.
Y'all two girls.
Child, I'm too tapped in.
Oh, Mr. East.
Child.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it. East Texas, let it go. Your ex-wife said that, and that's why she's cheating on you. It's just a bunch of women in here defending a man that was accused of. I want to know how many women in here would date a man that has a case out there, or even accusations of him being with a child under the age of 14. I just want to do
I'm not playing no games with kids.
What happened? Why they say all
y'all okay?
Because she accidentally said that she was having a girl. She said she's the mother of, she don't got no son, she got 2 daughters.
That has any accusations of being with a child under the age of 14.
I'm looking at the screen trying to play dumb. I'm like, 2 daughters.
I think we lost.
I know they all caught it. Arguing with a damn troll. She's pissed. She's pissed.
Susu, run a bit.
I'm not even fucking with a man that has anything like that on his, unless you're completely exonerated due to new evidence, DNA or something. Unless there's actual solid evidence and proof and fact that you have nothing to do with a child. Unless you can prove to me with solid evidence, okay? Unless you can prove to me with solid evidence, I could never even risk that, right?
I don't know what happened. I think 1990 something.
It's just weird. You know, there are some things that I'll be feeling like on this side of TikTok that we all should just kind of thank you, Michelle. We all should just like kind of be on the same page about some things that are like no-brainers. Sometimes I have high hopes for this side of TikTok, and then at other times I'm just like, damn.
Please don't.
There's just some shit.
You have high hopes in a different way, because child, these motherfuckers over here.
They're all just kind of.
I show her Braid ain't in your high hopes.
Nighted on.
Oh, babe.
Like the first time. Really, let me be specific.
Lock on falling.
Somebody said there's no hope.
That there's a split.
You sleep. Thank you, Bess.
Like this.
Grab your heart means and send some populars, you guys. Thank you. For the nighttime break.
It scares me. It worries me. I don't know, strolling and messy TikTok. That would be a good question to ask her. I'm sure she probably might have heard about it. It's just some shit that I be feeling like, damn, y'all could just ride with, like, don't we all agree? Don't we all agree? I don't care who the messenger is. And I agree, Messy Gazette. I think it was because of who came out with it that it was a lot of people that didn't agree to it or didn't jump on it or didn't take heed to it. But I don't know if I could ever befriend someone with those type of accusations. I don't know if I could ever do that.
So can I ask you a question? This is another thing. So I saw the young lady in Anna and what's her name say, oh, that don't mean you didn't cheat on her. First off, Kev said, y'all saying that my wife divorced me. Now I show you she did divorce me. I divorced her. Now it's, oh, that still don't mean you didn't cheat on her. Like, y'all move the goalpost so much. That's why I don't take it, y'all people serious that deal with Kevin. But let's say this. Kevin, Susu, you know how Kevin move. We all know how Kevin move. Now they're saying Kevin called my ex-wife and talked to her. Now, you know if Kevin called her, he would have recorded that phone call so he could play it. Mm-hmm. That's why I tell people.
What does it matter, though? Because doesn't he have an ex-wife that you can call? I would just do the same thing back.
Yeah, no, I don't play them kind of games. But like I said, Kevin ain't called her.
I would.
Because if he called her, she would have called me and been like, why is this dude calling me, asking me some kind of... Like, first off, she definitely ain't going to corroborate that story. But second of all, if Kevin would have called her, he'd have played the recording for everybody to hear. He ain't called her because first off, she's not going to even talk to nobody about me. That's one thing she ain't going to do. But she damn sure ain't going to corroborate that bullshit. She going to be like, no, that definitely didn't happen. But that's what I'm saying. Like, these people will believe anything, and he keep telling them he got proof. I'll pay for the proof that he tell y'all he got. Whatever proof he tell y'all he got because he want to get paid for it, I'll pay for it. Because he's lying. He gonna say y'all a bunch of piss like he did when he said Rick, he had somebody that was saying Rick had a baby by them, cheated on his wife and all that. That turned out to be a bunch of piss. But y'all silly ass people that follow him believed it. And then y'all paid for the bullshit and it was a bunch of piss and Rick ain't messed with no woman that said anything. Y'all found out that shit was crazy and weird. Same thing with this. Y'all, I will pay for the piss for y'all one more time for y'all to hear that Kev ain't got nothing. He just hustling y'all for money and y'all out hustling. I know for a fact that ain't nothing that's ever happened. But again, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is sticky, and I think that above all else, I don't know, like, whatever happened in your marriage is whatever. If you want to defend your, like, orientation, I can understand that if there's allegations against you being, but you, besides the point, whoever, you gonna fuck with whoever you want to fuck with, it's none of our business. I think it is a community problem when somebody's messing with children. It's not a community problem when somebody's messing with a man or a woman messing with a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to say them papers is on you. I'm just saying, severity-wise, those allegations he's putting on you are nowhere near the truth about what was put on him. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's pointless to even fight it. It's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, say whatever you want to say, bruh, but in the end, this ain't on my name.
Yeah, I get you. Like I said, I just, like, they keep saying, oh, y'all, go play. No, people call and they want to ask me a question like, why did you do this? And I get it. I get anybody that's want to know why now, why you, like I said, it wasn't about that. That shit came in my lap and I'm not even.
I will be honest, I did feel like it was very performative, the whole panel and the whole listening to this and the whole, oh my gosh. I felt it to be very performative and I can't lie about, like, I gotta be up here and I gotta speak my truth. The way that it looked felt very performative and it felt like an expose of him, not because you actually care that the nigga was accused of this shit, but just that it's a lick back. You get what I'm saying? Let me get a lick back. I didn't have no problems with KevDaComic when I read that paperwork. I never had an issue with him. I've known him for quite some time from another side of this TikTok. But when I seen that paperwork, I didn't shy from reading it because, that's crazy. I don't want to be involved with nobody who has anything like that on their name. And some people choose not to be involved with me because of whatever choices I made when I was young as well. It wasn't with no, you know what I mean, doing nothing to no, nothing like that, right? But to me, it just felt like, and it couldn't. You're not the only person. That's what I'm trying to say.
At the end of the day, though, like I said, I'll stand by this. Is that if it was something about a kid, you think I'm gonna put him calling? I would rather deal with him calling a woman a B and a H than hearing that he messed with kids. So the only thing I tell people, like the math ain't mathing, is that if I will walk away from a friendship because he won't stop calling women out their names, women, I think I'm gonna stay around him because he touching on kids like that. I don't know. The math ain't mathing in my head. Like they act like Kevin was like, oh, I don't want to be cool with these Texans no more, and I got mad and was like, okay, let me get him back. No, again, I said I'm stepping away from this because the way you moving, bro, I can't rock with that. And I told Rick that y'all doing this, I can't rock with that, bro. I'm gonna step back. Rick did not get upset about me saying that. I don't understand why Kev did. Rick didn't get upset about me saying I'm stepping back. I didn't talk to Rick or go and Kev. Rick would call me every now and then on back end and be like, hey, everything good with you? I'm like, yeah, everything cool. That was it. So if I walked away from the friendship with Kev, he didn't walk away from the friendship with me because I could not take him calling women out their name. I didn't get on TikTok and make a big performance talking about, I left Kev alone because I didn't do all that.
No, not that part. No, I was just.
Yeah, so my thing is that when I heard about these charges came yesterday, the only thing I kept saying is, bro, stop lying. You did this. There was a no bill and all this stuff. You were not found innocent. I kept harping to that point. Mm-hmm. You talk about everybody else. You talk about all these things. Bro, you need to explain this part and stop worrying about everybody else. That is what I kept harping on. I didn't harp on that he need to lose his page. I wasn't harping that we need to find the girl. None of that came out of my mouth. I said, I think you're a piece of shit for what you did to this child. That means that you, some grown woman walking around here, that you have ruined her life. That's what I said. And that's all it was. And I told myself, I think you're a piece of shit for that, bro. And that's all I said about that. They wasn't trying to say, oh, yeah, I ain't tell not one person to stop following him, stop going over there or whatever. I said that you did this, this is a no bill, whatever. Whether it's one charge, two charges, there were 5 counts. You can't tell me you didn't do one of them at least. And why is your name associated with a child? That's all I kept saying. That doesn't make sense. So again, was Wynn brought to me back in
a child of no relation to you? Like, let's be honest here. Like, there's no relation between the child and this man. Like, do you get what I'm saying? That's the part that's like, it's not
like that contact.
Maybe a scorned baby mama who's coaching a child. It's not like a scorned sibling or like auntie that's coaching. Like, no relation whatsoever. And then the fact that your shit is called the bando and the paperwork says you done took this little girl to an abandoned apartment. The fact that I call you a chomo and you don't even respond back when I call you a chomo, you just skip right over it. As if that's not like the worst fucking thing that you could say to somebody. If I'm not a chomo, I would just say, and bitch, stop calling me a chomo. You don't shy away from calling nobody a bitch no other time. You just skip right over the part that I say, you're a chomo.
Yeah, but it's weird because the thing is that this is why I say people said, oh, well, y'all were friends. But I find it weird, like I tell people that, so y'all are coming here and tell me and Rick that, oh, y'all was this and that. But not one time have any of these women ever been in Kev's live and say, but Kev, I just don't understand why you was even accused of this. They got more energy for people that they believe.
Oh, he blocks and threatens to sue the ones that do that.
Yeah, that they do for the person that's accused of. That's why I say it's weird energy. Like, it's like y'all want to say, oh, y'all knew, now y'all just mad because like, I'm not mad about anything. But the thing is that, but you won't run to his live and be like, but why is your name even on the paperwork? They don't say nothing to him. It's like, oh, let me go get it. Like, y'all, it's just weird, man. And I can't believe that we're adults and even have it. This is even a conversation. Mm-hmm. They feel like that. I don't know. I don't understand, man. Like,
it's the same way as I'm disappointed in the men that are involved in the situation. I'm disappointed in all the women that support that shit. Yeah, no. You gotta physically prove that you ain't had shit to do with that shit. I don't give a fuck. You gotta show me a not guilty, some sort of tangible evidence that it was someone else or it wasn't you. I'm just not gonna go with your word and say, okay, I believe you. I'm not at liberty to do that. Like, I can't just go with a nigga word that I don't know. I can't. I just can't. You've not even showed a single thing other than the fact that it's a no bill. Like, I can't just ride with that. I can't just be like, okay, they sure didn't indict you on it, although there's a very detailed police report and your case is still open and can be opened at any time. Like, I'm sorry.
You know, it's crazy because there are people keep saying, oh, this and that. You know, Susu, like I said today on the live, there are text messages that I have between me and Kev where he says some craziness and everything else. And Braid asked me Form HB, and I told both of them I would never do that. So you think that I'm that mad at him, and he done produced text messages between me and him on his page, and I still to this day have never showed any text messages between me and Kev. I never.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Do you not understand that if it's something that's really like, if it's in context, if it has anything to do with something like this, or if it has anything to do with being a weirdo towards women, do you know that you will be protecting a lot of women that he may come across? You know, men date on this app. Do you know he met his past girlfriend on this side of the app? Do you know? It wasn't
conversations like that, Susu. It wasn't conversations like that. It wasn't nothing where it would be harm. I'm talking. These are conversations where it just might have been talking about other people, but it was nothing that would be harmful.
If it's gossip, then okay.
Yeah. It wasn't nothing, because that's what he produced. Me and him gossiping.
If it's gossip, then I don't give a fuck.
Kev has never talked about anybody.
10:30 in Cali. Hard means and populars, y'all. I'm braiding. They looking really, really good. I don't know what we're about to do. She's a little tired. About to do this row. Just keep going. But make sure y'all are sending the populars, y'all. There's 1.1 thousand people in here. Welcome to the kingdom. Look for the people who don't like me in the comments, y'all. Block them. Welcome in, y'all. Just tap the screen. Don't even share the live. Just tap the screen and send the populars. Thank y'all so much. Go ahead. I know. Go ahead, y'all. Keep going.
Here that whole week in my live, every single day, that whole week when all of this was unfolding.
And I brought the messages up to prove that I'm not mad about anything. Kevin was mad and produced the text. That's what I'm saying when y'all keep saying, oh, you knew y'all doing this just to get back at him. No, I'm not. If I wanted to do something to get back at him, I could just show, like, no, I'm not doing anything to get back at him. I did not know about the videos. Y'all wanted to be what y'all wanted to be, so it's got to be true because y'all feel that way. And I get it. You can feel how you want to. But just because you feel that way, Anna, don't make it that way. It don't make it that way because you feel that way. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you what I feel. You can say what you feel, but it don't mean you right, don't mean I'm right. But y'all are fighting to the tooth and nail, and I just don't understand it. And that's the only thing that's confusing me.
That's
like, thank you for the CA. Thank you for the CA.
When you rehash this thing, because you got to understand this.
Wake me up. Thank you.
Woman, not even a woman, a female.
Mars drops the CA down there.
You understand what I'm saying? You're talking to mothers. You're talking to young women who may have experienced trauma in their own life. You're talking about, like, these things are not, this is not just like it's not like this has real life ramifications. People are very triggered by this. You get what I'm saying? So, like, when y'all are discussing it, to me, it does come off performative a bit, right? And I'm just the type of person that's very honest. You know, I don't want to sugarcoat anything for you because I'm going to speak to you the way that a lot of people are seeing things and thinking right now. It's performative because the two of you were so close to him, and now that y'all are in heavy beef with him, now it's of importance to you. But before, when you guys were cool with him, you took his word at face value and you carried on with your life. You just got to understand that part of it.
Yeah, I would always take a friend's word on something. That's just me. But the thing is, I'm not even, when the word you said, I'm not even coming at him to be like, oh, this. I'm coming at him to say, you saying all this shit, but you got this type of shit going on. My thing is that you got this going on. You done this with this person. You done this with this person. You saying all this and you denying it. That mean, and that's what I'm sticking to. But I have never once, and I would never say, go find the girl, go do this, go do. I would never say anything like that because it's not even like that with me. It's just like, bro, you need to chill with this type of shit you got going on in your life. You know, you want to talk about this man, wife, and all this stuff, but look at the shit you doing. You know, and so that's what I'm sticking to is that you got all this shit going on and claim you this type of dude, and you got this type of shit on your background, bro, is out of control. And I think and I'm not speaking for Rick, but I think that another part of Rick is that when he brought up about Rick's background or whatever, that's why Rick is so hard on it like this. But my thing is Kev had never done anything to me or for me to doubt him as a friend. He never done anything to me when I stepped back. It was, I don't know what made Kev include me in that situation because I never said one word about him. And even in Rick's live, I would just say, hey, I told you I was done messing with him because it's Rick. I told you that. And because I said that in a live to Rick, that I was done with him with the B's and H's, that triggered him for some reason, but he already knew that. And that's when he started with all this, making up all these stories. And then I finally I text Kev and said, you need to call me. I got that I text him. I didn't come on TikTok, and then he brought the shit to TikTok. Then he posted a message where I told him, listen, you're going to keep on until I come beat your ass. And he posted that on TikTok. Everything is a performance. I'm talking to him on the back end. I didn't bring nothing to TikTok until he just would not cut out. So I'm like, okay, you want to be on TikTok? I'll come to TikTok and say I want to whoop your ass. Maybe that'll make you come out. But it was never anything about like that. Like Kev is not, I don't know how to even explain. He's just not. It's not even that. It's not even like that with me when it comes to Kev. It's not. The charges with the girl is eye opening. I'm like, whoa, because I feel strong about men calling women out their name. I feel very strongly about that. But I also feel strongly about this kid. Like I said, it's not to what your point is. I can see that. I get it because I am on it. Like, damn, that's crazy. But I believe
if you think about it, it's a young girl under the age of 14. Under the age of 14. Like, just think about it. Like, go ahead, Chico.
Hey, everybody. Had to clear my facts. You know, it's late. So, Miss Series text is, hi, I know you don't know me, but I have heard you give your story at least over the last 24 hours. And there was just one thing that I have a question about that just kind of didn't sit with me, and I don't understand. So you said that when the original accusations came up about Kev, you thought that they were about him over disciplining his children. What makes that better though is my question, because isn't that not just as bad, but isn't any hurt of children something that'll make you like, either one, I need to figure out who this is, or two, I need to separate myself, because child abuse, that's no better.
Okay, so no. And so I think there's a different category. So his charge about his child, he said it was harm to a child when he told me about that. And we asked him what that, and he said because he whooped his son. And I have known people who have whooped their kids before and have gotten that charge because they get a child an ass whooping. I was born in the 70s. I don't think there's nothing wrong with whooping your child if they do something wrong. And he whooped that. So he told me he whooped his son because his son had did something at school and he whooped his ass. So I said, oh, and he's like, and then I got CPS called on me because I whooped my child's ass. And I guess his son went to school and told his friends or something that his dad whooped him, and some way it got reported. And he said that's how he got called to court, because he whooped his son's ass.
But that wouldn't make you look into it like just a little further, like, because again, I'm a parent. And if I consider somebody a friend, I would think that at some point I'm gonna bring my child around you. So that wouldn't make you look at just a little bit further, like, okay, did you take it too far? Because why would you get a charge for that?
No, it wouldn't, because at the end of the day, I've known, I'm from East Texas. I've known dudes who have whooped their kids and have gotten that charge, and they just whooped their ass. Like, we was at a barbecue, my homeboy whooped his son's ass, picked him up by his arm and whooped his ass for something he had done, and one of the ladies called the police, and he got that charge. So when he told me that, I understood that. I told him, I said, oh, I get that, man. I know a homeboy that got that same charge. I think that's crazy that you just discipline your kids and somebody calls the police on you, you know. And so that, I didn't think anything about it. That he got that charge for his son if he said he just whooped his ass.
I think that's the only thing that's kind of like hard to register with that. It's like, oh, I thought he said that he just over-disciplined them, and I didn't look into it. But now that I know that he actually did some actual, I have to look into it. It looks a little bad. I'm just being real honest. Like Susu, I can't sugarcoat or lie. It looks very bad, because it's like if you have respect for one and it's about the children, then the other would have been just as much as a red flag. The other would have been the first red flag to let me know you have an issue with kids. I don't know what it is, but they look at something that you're doing with kids wrong. And then I would have done my research. Now, from my research, if I would have found from there, hey, it was a charge where he gave his son a whooping. Maybe it happened at the school. The teacher saw it, called. I was able to view that, research that, vet that. But I wouldn't have just moved on, because at the same time, that's now me attaching myself to somebody that has that. And now we're going to another situation So that tells me that he has had two situations. If you already knowingly know he had a situation that was him over disciplining his child, this is the second situation then. So that's why I said I would have just vetted from there, because that would have been a red flag to let me know that something is not appropriate. Something's wrong. But that's all I wanted to say, Susan.
I agree with her. I agree with her wholeheartedly. Because the simple fucking reason is we'll cover it up. Oh, that's just our homeboy. I love him, brother. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, you're doing damage control. Now, you're trying to fix your little reputation.
What reputation? This is TikTok.
I think that personally, let me jump in before this happens. I want to state this, right? This man has not, that we know of, has not hurt or harmed children, has not hurt or harmed women or any of that. So he doesn't need to be crucified for someone else's actions. But he also is learning the responsibility that we have as a community to, what we associate ourselves with, and then how people react to it, whether he cares or not, right? I think we're having a really good conversation right now where it's a lot of the times for a lot of people, right, hindsight is 20/20, and these kind of conversations are learning moments. Does that make sense? So I don't want us to lose sight and entertain the fact that because Kev did something, now we should chase him with pitchforks.
No, Susu. You know what? I like you. I said,
go ahead.
Even though you a big narrative spinner, and I say it all the time, you can hype me forward and cuss me out, talk about me like a dog. That's neither here or the hell there. I'm not saying anything bad about Mr. East Texas. However, somebody that is complicit and being silent.
That is what I'm trying to just get like out there. That's what I'm saying, Bryson. That's what we're having the conversation about, because some people really just don't know, and that is shocking to us who are aware, who are woke, and who understand that we have a responsibility for the people that we create relationships with. But go ahead.
You said this before. Is this a deja vu moment? I thought I told you this before, Susu. You said this before. Did I not say that? I swear to God, I'm living in deja vu land, because you said this before. You said this same shit before. However,
I got a CA that just said, check Instagram.
Somebody, little kid.
And I checked Instagram and it was a photo.
Mercy. Of a grown ass, overgrown ass, stinking ass, grown ass, funky ass, adult ass, snagger-tooth, crack-headed, meth door.
Kelsey, do you know you're up here?
Doors.
I don't like your profile picture. We're going to go ahead and put you back down there.
If we sit right here and we turn the other cheek, this is not Jesus' days. Jesus didn't turn the cheek. Jesus turned the cheek against motherfuckers who didn't like him, not against motherfuckers that done dirty, nasty, freaky stuff.
You shouldn't be saying stuff like that.
Now, the only thing, my quarrel with East Texas and that little short man is the simple fucking reason is y'all pretending as if y'all just now hearing it. I refuse to believe y'all just not hearing it. Y'all did not just not hear it.
Well, the thing is, you might feel that way because you're always on TikTok, brother. I'm not always on TikTok. I'm not always. The last 30 days, because I've been not working my business, I've been.
Don't like you.
Like I said earlier, when I had an accident in my truck. There was a young lady in the comments that's always in my live's lyrics. They'll all tell you for the last 30 days, I've been on TikTok every single day because I've been at home because I had a car wreck in my 18-wheeler. This is where all this stuff is coming up. But besides that, you will hardly ever see me on TikTok unless I'm in Rick's lives and I go in Rick's lives and listen. I don't go to other lives and all of that stuff. I'm in Rick's lives. So I don't hear all the stuff that you might hear there, Afterjack. I don't hear everything. So that's why it might be shocking to you, because maybe y'all think that everybody that's on TikTok is on TikTok like y'all. I'm not. So I'm not on it. Just because I got a page, I'm not on TikTok like y'all are. So anything that I hear, anything back in the past that I heard it from Kevin, or I heard it from Sunset, or I heard it from Rick. Those are the only 3 people that I would get information from about TikTok. I never knew who Susu was. I never knew who HB was. I never knew any of these people. People was talking about some other lady who was a big time content creator and everybody's supposed to know her. I didn't know who that was. I'm not on TikTok like y'all are, except the last 30 to 35 days I've been on TikTok a lot. And that's when all this stuff surfaced. But I'm just not. So, and I'm not saying, oh, I didn't once come on here and say, oh, I've never ever heard about something about kids. I did, but I never heard about the charges being read. I never heard any of that. I never seen a Kiana's video. I ain't never seen any of that. 0, period.
I can go for that. I can't go for that. Now, Mrs. Doctor, always in your business. You're always in other people's business. First of all, I never put my hand on anybody. It was a tap on the shoulder like, hello, I'm here. In the state of Florida, unwanted touch, bitch, is unwanted touch. Ho. Just in case you didn't know. Ho. I can go for that, East Texas. I concede. Have a good night, Susan. Enjoy.
Like I say, Susu, that was the first time I had really met you. Last month?
Mm-hmm.
First time I met you when
that BK stuff happened with Kev.
Yeah, notice they had to call me on my phone because I wasn't on TikTok.
That was
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was the first time I ever met you. I was like, I don't know who Susu is. I was like, what are you talking about? Come up here. But Susu is they say, oh, Susu is a big content creator. I don't know who that is. And they was like, well, let me call you on your phone and bring you into her live. And that's why I say everybody who's on TikTok thinks that everybody else is on TikTok because now you're starting to hear my name. I'm not on TikTok like that. I don't go in different people's boxes. So when they called me and told me to come to your live, so he was like, I'm going to call you on the phone and put you on speaker. I was like, okay. And then y'all started asking me questions. So that's what I'm like, no.
Yeah, I was mad at you then because I thought you was an op. But you ain't no op. You ain't know no better.
No, I was just like, y'all hear stuff and y'all, but I'm like, I don't engage with TikTok like that. I don't engage with it like that. You see me on her now, they say jump in boxes. No, people call me and say, hey, can you come to this box? They want to ask you something. Okay, cool. I don't mind asking questions because I'm not going to hide anything, but you might not like my answer, but just because you don't like it, this is the real world. You might not like my answer, but it doesn't mean that it's not a factual answer coming from me. It just might not be factual for your ears because you don't want to hear it. You don't understand it because you live your life. Somebody might live their life in social media. So
I think what it is nowadays, because I know you come from a different generation, so I can understand. There's a lot of politics that go, social politics. You understand when it comes to like some of these topics, there's like social politics rules, right? Ways to engage. So I think maybe what is happening, what's being missed right here between the conversations that me and you are having in the comments is that they want you to understand just maybe the danger it could be to not look into something like this when things come up. And I think they would maybe appreciate it more what you're saying if you're like, yeah, I didn't know then, I didn't do the proper things, like look into it because I trusted my friend, but now I kind of wish I did that. I think they're just trying to hear something like that.
I think, Susu, that'll be, so let me say this, and you said a good thing, it's a generational thing, I think. I will say this every time of the week. If someone is my friend, and you my friend, I'm going to take it that everything you tell me is the truth. And I don't, if a friend of mine tells me something and I got to go back behind them and research it, first I need to tell them to their face that that's what I'm going to do. Because if I go behind their back and even if it's not true, what kind of friend, to me, I look at like, what kind of friend am I really? Like I can't, because I don't want to be around nobody I can't believe in. That's just me, how I was raised. So if I got to go back and double check you because you said something to me, then I don't know. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to tell you to your face, this is what I'm going to do. But to just say, I ask you and you bring it up and say this ain't what it is, and then after you leave, I go back and double check you. I don't know. It's just not It's just not something. And plus, being a man, that's not something. I'm not going to waste my time researching something. If somebody tells me ain't true now, if you throw some paperwork and Susu come to me and be like, oh, I know what he said, but here go the paperwork. Then I'm going to be like, can I keep this? And then I'm going to go to that person and be like, hey, bro, come on now. Tell me what's going on.
I just said thank you for the populars. Y'all make sure y'all keep pushing them pop-pops. Thanks.
Never do that. If I became cool with you, Susu, and somebody told me something, I'm going to come ask you. And if you tell me what it is, I'm not going to go research you because I don't know. It's just not me. So they might be looking for that answer, but that's not the answer I'm going to give. I'm not going to bow down to it because it sounds good. Oh, that's just not what I'm going to do. You know, but if it's presented to me and there's stuff there, then I gotta bring it to you and be like, hey, bro, look at this, though. But if you tell me it is what it is, then I'll be like, okay, because I feel like that if I got to go behind your back and do it, we're really not friends. Because I didn't even believe what you said to me. So we're really not really friends.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. You know, it's always a pleasure to chit chat with you. I'm just like, I've been off the app for a couple days, so coming back, I had seen some stuff on the blogs, and I was like, and then somebody came up here earlier said that my name had got brought up just based off of like how everything came out and everything. So I'm glad they shared it to you. You was able to express yourself, and I was able to understand because. To me, I was like, ain't no way. Y'all didn't know what was going on back then. But hearing it from you, it's more believable what you're saying versus, I'm going to be honest, Rick. Rick is a content creator. This is what he do. You get what I'm saying? I'm sure the receipts were sent to him. Versus like, you know, you go live when you want to, and this ain't your thing. You know what I mean? So your explanation for, you know, everything that was going on, I could take that. I could see that. You know,
like I said, I'm not making an excuse for anything. Like I said, it's a thing, and if I had to do it over again, I would do it the same way because I'm not looking into anything. Kev was not a bad friend. Didn't look like a bad friend to me. As my friend, Kev wasn't a bad friend. I think the aftermath part, the stuff Kev doing now, like a lot of, I tell people this the whole time. Everything that Kev do on TikTok is a performance because in real life, Kev is not like that. I've met Kev several times. Kev doesn't act like this in person. He's not like this at all. So that's why I look at this and be like, but you're performing for TikTok because you're not even this person in real life. Because Kev I know in real life, he was generous. He was cool. He laughed. He was polite to people. We laughed. Me and Kev hung around several times. He was not this person that he is on TikTok. He wasn't talking to people. He just doesn't do this. So that's why I look at it and say everything he's doing is performative because he wasn't this dude. A real life Kevin is a dude I would hang around in real life. Minus these charges.
I don't know if you recognize, but he's been this way ever since this information came out. He's been this way ever since January, if you haven't noticed.
Well, but I haven't, like I said, January when he started doing all the B's and H's, though. That's when I was like, okay.
Correct. Ever since this shit came out, we were B's and H's and papers on us, and he's not gone back. He's just been spinning. It's been absolutely totally different.
Again, like I said, yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care. At the end of the day, I'm not going to ever go be like, oh, like people be talking about counsel. I ain't never once out of my mouth said counsel nobody or whatever. I just said I don't understand as a woman.
Do you believe that men who are accused of doing anything with children under the age of 14 should be canceled?
Yeah, I totally believe that. I said I'm not saying, like, if somebody brought something to me and said, can you sign this to counsel Kev off what's the name? Of course I would sign it because I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to be a person to be like, oh, this dude needs to do, like, I don't know. It's just, it's not like that. It's not
complicated, especially when you have a personal relationship with people. It is complicated.
It's not like that. When somebody asked me the other day, do you still got love for Kev? I said, and people might get upset with me about this, but yeah, I still have love for Kev because deep down I knew what kind of person he was, and I think something mentally is wrong with Kev. That's personally what I think. See, people on here are being entertained, and they want it to be drama, and they want it to be mess, but they're not taking it out from a real life situation and saying, let's look at this in real life. I think Kevin has a mental problem. I think something mentally is wrong with Kevin, and that's why when somebody asked me on live and they got mad because I said, yes, I still have love for Kev, because when Kev is not doing this, I see what kind of man he really is or he can be. But I think that he has a mental problem, and I think that that bando is driving him. And it's making him feel like he's this and he's untouchable and he's this and that. And it's giving him something that he was missing in life. And I believe that it's just a mental thing. It's something mental there. Because I'm just like, that part of it, I'm like, y'all are encouraging something. And anybody with eyes can see, that got sensible eyes could see this man is going through something because he drinks too much. He chain smokes in his house. He's always beating on his desk. He's always snapping off, pointing fingers. Something is there, but Bando keep encouraging it. And I don't understand it, man. I don't. And it's something mentally there. And it is what it is. So yes, I still have love for him because I hung around him. You know, and if I have love for somebody, regardless of what goes on or what they done, I'm always going to still have love for him. But do I want to also beat his ass? Absolutely. Two things could be true at the same time.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining. I do appreciate you coming up. I do appreciate the conversation as always. Thank you for supporting the platform too. I appreciate you for
No problem. All right.
All right, Mr. East Texas. Well, y'all, we just had an impromptu interview, good conversation. I really just came on here to shoot the shit with y'all and tell y'all about Love Island. I'm nice tonight because it's late.
Oh my gosh, why is it glitchy?
Period. Yours is on Wednesday. That's so crazy that we're so close. Happy early birthday to Bridges. Happy early birthday to Bridges, my girl. And shout out to Cancer season. It's been on fire around here, y'all. This shit been on fire around here. I do have an interview coming up with Shigo. Somebody keeps requesting me for a battle. I don't want to battle anyone. If y'all can help me complete my life goal, that would be nice. Thank you, loving to be loved. I leaked the fact that I'm having a girl. Thank you, Luna. So, where are all my teen girls at in the comments? For all of you who were teen girl, you were right. I keep leaking it. I can't hold back. So we got Susu Jr., and we got Susu Jr. Okay. We got a baby girl on the way. How do I feel about Sierra being moved out of the island on tonight's episode? I feel happy. Shout out to Nicolandria. I'm so happy that they're finally able to couple